I don't know how I want to word it.
It's really hard to say something smart about something that's so like purely sensual.
It's just light.
I know, but
All the images are what you like
create.
Yeah.
That was the most insane thing I've ever been a part of.
At first, it was extremely uncomfortable. I really wanted out.
The anxiety was
almost scary.
He opens the first door and it's just like boom.
Like once your visibility starts going, you're kind of like, okay, whoa, what's happening?
You don't even know where you are. You lose your sense of space, time, and motion. I mean, I didn't even know I was in there for 20 minutes. I would have guessed like 2 minutes.
It did feel a little bit like death. You know, like if you don't have a body, is this what your existence is like?
If you went to heaven, like it felt like you would be like entering heaven.
I've never felt like that, ever.
That like happens so purely in your own brain that it's impossible to even compare it to anybody else's.
Forms are appearing in front of you. Fractals and B waves that just moved around in a clockwise direction and a counterclockwise direction.
Different patterns emerging that cross-fade into each other, that spread out.
Hexagonal stuff, you know, sort of like vegetable cells.
And the shapes were so beautiful. So beautiful. The colors
melting into each other, patterns just swirling around each other.
things flying through the air and
Faces and like pieces of wood and stuff that like I knew wasn't there.
Electric crackling around me like lightning, sort of, but on a tiny scale.
You don't know if you're focusing on something 10 feet away or if it's right here.
I was always staring in front for some reason, and then at some point I turned around and it was the same thing.
You're sort of like, oh, I'm on another planet.
I wasn't sure if things were happening inside my head or
is it in front of me? Is it my eyes that's doing this?
But at some point you just stop and take it in what it's happening, because you cannot really rationalize, you cannot put a narrative, you cannot do it, you just have to take whatever you're seeing. And
that potential is inside there somewhere in your brain somewhere.
And I've heard it, you know, a totally immersive experience before, but that's like everything else is child's play compared to what that was.
It's not just kind of a loss of consciousness, a loss of boundary, but it's also very consciously produced, right? So it's aesthetic, so it's paying attention to different patterns and sometimes trying to figure out
How the effect or the manipulation is sort of being achieved. And here, you have no understanding, really.
So it was really exciting. I want to do it again.
I'd like to do it again.
do it again.
I've got to do it again.
again and again.
Yeah, I would definitely do it again.